Have you ever wondered how a company like Amazon in the early days was able to actually scale up so quickly its operations, starting from books going to all the other categories? Well, don't look far, because in this session we're going to look at a key concept which is called the cash conversion cycle, which is the way Amazon used to generate large cash surpluses in the short term for the business to be invested into the growth, into very aggressive growth, whether you like it or not. So how does this mechanism work? So when you're actually are a platform, one key element for you is to make sure that you can turn your inventory into a product as quickly as possible, so that you can actually improve the sales cycles and get more liquidity in the short term. But the real trick here is to balance out the time that it takes for the company to convert an item into a sold product, to really collect the money from the customers and to pay back suppliers. In the case of Amazon, the company actually collects the money from customers very, very quickly, because with the mechanisms that were implemented very early on, like the one click, where the user has, for instance, the credit card hooked to the platform, they will pay right on to the platform the item that has been sold. And so the company will be able to collect, as an example, this is data from 2017, but it's going to help us understand how the company can generate cash even though it has a very low profit margin. And for years, Amazon has had very low profits, and yet it generated a lot of cash flows. So if we take the example from 2017, Amazon managed to actually really collect the money from customers in less than 20 days, while it turned its inventories into products sold in 35 days, so in a little bit more than 1 month, while on the other side it would pay suppliers within 80, actually a little bit more than 80 days. Now, when you pay suppliers after 80 days, but you collect the money within 20 days from customers, as you can understand, there is a short-term liquidity that you can use to actually grow the business. And you can use this cash to invest widely in the inventory management, so that you can grow the business much more quickly. So that's how the cash conversion cycle works. This is a financial model that is integrated as part of the operations, and actually makes up the whole business strategy. And it's very important to understand, because again, it's not just an exchange of money. This is creating liquidity that you're using to actually invest back into the operations, into the inventory, to expand the inventory, offer more services, make the mechanism more efficient, and so that you can further lower down the time that it takes to ship the product, to get money from customers, and as you grow, to also improve the payment terms toward suppliers. That's how Amazon over the years has actually grown into a giant company by using short-term liquidity. Even though it had a very low profit margins, it used the free cash flow and the liquidity that it generated through this financial model to actually grow the company very, very quickly and aggressively.